All right, now we have the cam in place. We got a good shot. All right, perfect, good, because we want to welcome our next guest. We are fans, and she's been here before, and you know her from the world of adult entertainment. Jenna Haze is on our studio. Hello there, Jenna.
Hi, baby.
Hi. There she goes.
There's the telltale Jenna Haze.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm a little tired, actually, but good.
I'm surprised because, as I said when we were off air, I'm like, you look spry and awake and ready to go, but you...
I'm glad I'm pulling that off. Inside, I'm like snoozing.
You're just dying.
Well, you performed last night, right?
I did 2 shows. I did one at the Northeast Club and then one at the Burlington one.
For Club Risque.
Club Risque.
So you had the new location and the Bristol one as well.
Last night I did the Burlington and the Northeast.
Actually, they're both pretty new.
Yeah, and then I'd never done those 2 before, actually,
cool.
I don't think. And then tonight I do the Philly one, and tomorrow I do the Bristol one.
Wow, so, you do your deal, but afterwards there's a meet and greet, right?
Yes, after each show I do a show that's about 20 minutes long. I get as naughty as they let me. and after I do a Q&A on stage, I hand out free merchandise and everything for the loudest and craziest people.
How often do you have girls that come out?
Lots, and I have the most fun with them.
Because they were sure. You focused for a large portion of your adult movie career. It was just girl-on-girl stuff. Right?
Yeah, for about 3.5 years.
And then what was the reason that you?
Oh, I had a boyfriend at the time that didn't want me to do it. So.
Okay,
all right.
He was okay with the girls, but not the guys.
And then that relationship's over with?
Yeah, it ended about 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah. Was he in the industry?
He was a cameraman, yeah.
Is that kind of, did he ever serve as a cameraman on movies you were working on?
Yes, and that's why it kind of got to be odd because I was under contract with a company and he was our contract cameraman.
Okay.
So it was hard because when I would be working with men, he wouldn't feel comfortable.
Sure.
So he would have to leave the set. We'd have to only shoot it with one camera and it would take like twice as long and it just got to be like an ordeal. He would make comments about it and stuff. So it was like finally it's easier to just not do it, you know?
Right. It takes a special person to be in a relationship with somebody in the porn industry.
Yes, I'm very lucky because my boyfriend now is very supportive.
Yeah.
But you know what, you don't kill
But
me
he's in the business. So.
He is?
Yeah, he's a director and performer as well. So.
Okay. But it would kill me because a lot of guys, I mean, I assume guys who meet you know what you do, and then they get into a relationship, and it's like, well, why are you doing that? You know, it's like,
yes.
Well, you know about it before.
That's like the most common thing in this business is girls will get in the industry, make some movies, make a name for themselves, and then get a boyfriend that doesn't want them to do it, and there goes their career,
but
you know?
Why doesn't the guy ever cop to the fact that part of the reason they were attracted in the beginning was because of that?
Exactly. It's silly because that's why they like them, and then they change. Yeah.
So the guy you're with now doesn't mind?
No, he films with girls and stuff. He directs me with guys sometimes too.
And you're totally cool with him as well.
It's fine.
Okay.
How do you?
As long as he doesn't do my friends or my enemies, that's my rules.
It's probably a good reel. We're perpetually fascinated by the lifestyle and by the industry and all that stuff. But when you go to work, you do your deal, but when you're hanging in your downtime. You're with other people in the industry, do you talk shop or is it, you do? Yeah.
I mean, but I have friends that we don't talk shop too, you know?
Yeah. Do you compare notes on people you've worked with
yes, definitely.
Who's someone you would never work with again?
I'm not like that. I won't blast anybody.
All right, well, why would you never work with somebody again?
Better question.
It's creepy.
Creepy?
Really?
Creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's an older guy in the business who I worked with once and...
Ron Jeremy?
No.
Okay.
Ronnie is great.
She started to gag, which is impressive because I don't think she has a gag reflex.
But no, definitely not Ronnie. But I worked with him once and he was a little bit too older. The age gap was a little weird and he's really perverted, so it was...
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Extra creepy, and then he had like a third nipple thing going on, and I was I can't go there again.
Ron Jeremy has like a third nipple?
No, it's a different guy. I never worked with Ron Jeremy, no.
Is it Randy West?
No. Randy West was actually cool, but that was when I was really a newbie in the business, so...
You know, what occurs to me as you're doing this stuff, because obviously you're working with someone, you're right up close, you're about as close as you can get with an individual. Is body odor ever...
some guys are known, and some girls are known for being a little...
Stinky.
A little stinky, yeah. Those people aren't usually on my list. I get to pick and choose. I have a list of people I'll work with. Okay. Yeah.
I assume at this point you have enough power to maybe have sway over your director and things of that nature?
Yeah, I pretty much call the shots in my career now. Cool. I just launched my own company in January at the AVN. expo, which I also hosted the awards and everything. It was on Showtime. It was really cool.
Yeah. Are you surprised at how many women? Because I was reading statistics about the porn consumption in the United States, and women are neck and neck with men on.
Oh yeah.
I
think women are worse than men.
Yeah. Really?
We just don't. A lot of women are ashamed to admit it, or they don't talk about it as much.
Well, speaking of porn consumption, what are you guys doing about all the free buffets, online?
That is the biggest thing. That is killing our industry. Please, guys, if you're listening right now, don't go to porn tube sites. They're really ruining our industry. It really... it's harsh.
What they're using is stuff that
it's stolen porn.
It's
stolen porn.
Oh, really?
They take stuff, they put it on these websites for free, and they're offshore websites. They're off out of the country. So there's pretty much almost nothing we can do about it.
Really? How much of an impact?
It's killing our industry. Absolutely killing it.
Because the industry itself, for a while, was rivaling, if not exceeding, the revenue generated by the legit film industry.
Mm-hmm. And now it's really, really killing it. I get all upset about it. Only time I've ever been mean to a fan was when he came up to me and was like, "Oh, I love your movies." I'm like, "What's your favorite one?" He's like, "I don't know. I watched it on all those free sites." And I was just like, "Thank you for taking money out of my, food out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking food out of the grips, the lighting guys, the makeup artists' mouths, everybody that was in that production. It's not just the performers. Whether you like porn or you think it's horrible or not, there's a bunch of people around here who depend on it to support their families."
How much has production diminished on films like this?
Honestly, I'm super busy still, but it's about 50% less than it
like
used
half
to be.
the industry?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
a lot
up.
of girls aren't working at all, and it's killing the companies. I mean, it's hard to put out product and get people to buy your DVDs or join your website when they can go and see the stuff for free.
Yeah.
And it's unfair. It's stealing like anything else.
I have a question. What kind of injuries can you sustain doing this for a living?
Yeah.
I've heard all kinds of injuries.
Yeah?
Honestly, though.
Lockjaw. Are you ever?
So I think the worst injury I've ever gotten is I did a scene with Jessie Jane and a guy, and she gets pretty crazy in her scenes. She's all over, and she was jumping on him, and I was like in it, and the next thing I know, her toenail just gouges my foot, and just like blood everywhere. I was like, great.
Well, I mean, like even
but there's a lot of different crazy injuries. I've hit somebody in the head with my shoe accidentally, like the big stripper heels.
to tread delicately though, and I've watched your work. Do you ever get sore? I mean,
honestly, I kind of rule my career, so I pick and choose when I work.
Yeah.
I work with people that I'm really into and turned on by, so it's not as much. I think you only get sore when you're not really into it. You know?
That's
when
what I always say.
you're in the moment and you got the juices going. And
So it's someone that you have a friendship, or at least have worked with before. I know that the medical testing is a big issue, right? You got to have.
Yes, we get tested every 28 days. Sometimes we get tested more. I prefer when the guys get tested more. There's certain girls who won't work with people unless they're tested 2 days before. I won't work with anybody I haven't worked with before unless they have a brand new test.
But does that stand? Does that testing actually stand? I mean, how do you?
Oh yeah, it's DNA PCR test for the HIV, which goes down to the day. It doesn't have the 6 month window. It goes right down to the day on DNA.
Because that was my question. Because a test administered.
And I just got tested the other day. Go get tested, people.
2 weeks, so the guy gets a test 2 weeks before he's going to shoot.
Yeah.
He has sex that morning. That test is invalidated.
That's one of the things about the industry. That's why a lot of girls are going to having them tested to 2 days before, you know, and that's something I'm getting into. I usually just work with the same people, and we're very trusting, you know.
Do they have to, I mean, is there something as ironclad as them swearing that they have not had?
We have to sign paperwork saying that we don't have anything that day.
Okay.
Yes.
Man.
Wait, do you have to go a certain amount of days prior to shooting, not doing anything?
I mean, I'm in a committed relationship, so I just go home to my man.
Yeah,
No, but I'm saying, that's what I mean. Like at home.
No,
you can. It doesn't matter.
No.
And she has more. You have more pull, so you're controlling more of the production. So and you're going to make sure everything's on the up and up.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, going back to the online thing real quick, the cat's kind of out of the bag on that one already. I mean, the free online sites exist; they're not going to stop existing, and I understand what you're saying.
They will stop existing once the industry forms a band against it.
Well, that's I think that's kind of hopeful thinking, because it's if you want to draw parallels to like the music industry or the TV industry. I mean, Fox and NBC have adapted by using sites like Hulu.com. come. So is there a way that your industry can start doing
a lot of
sites?
people? A lot of people are talking about doing something with them, with the tube sites, where we only do like a certain amount of clips for free, with links to the pay sites and stuff like that.